Let me bring in my guest for this evening, trial attorney Christa Ramey. Christa, great to see you again. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you, Michael.
All right, so let's begin. Let's talk about Catherine Melander. Now, she's on the stand. She's been on the stand for the better part of the afternoon. And I submit that she's the type of witness very important to the state's case because, again, as I said, I think it's one thing for a young man to lie and tell lies to his family. You know, again, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but you can understand that. But then as it extends out to telling lies to his girlfriend, I think it even paints a worse picture of him.
It does. And she's a really compelling witness. And you can tell how all of this has deeply affected her. And so it kind of garners all of that sympathy as well for that the jury is going to give to her and the weight and the credibility it's going to give to her testimony. Because she was, a victim really in all of this as well. And it's really kind of tough to watch testimony. You can see she is keeping it together actually quite well, I think, considering everything this poor girl has been through.
Yeah, and I think that's the part that I wanted to talk about next, this idea that this testimony can't be easy for her, right? Because on the one hand, she's given the testimony she has to give, but also she's a person who was connected to, next to, dating someone who or at least allegedly committed a crime that is alleged in this case, which is really an awful, heinous crime. I mean, I can't even think of what that would feel like, but I think we're seeing some of that on the stand from her.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the closeness that she was with Chandler's parents, the victims here. It's I think about like with my own kids and their significant others and how close I become with them, and so that connection you build with your kids, boyfriend or girlfriend. Over time, particularly one that you spend so much time with. And you can tell she was particularly close to the mother, Christa. And um, you can see that the loss that she felt as well. So the lies, I think, compound that grief that she very apparently feels for the loss of these two victims here. It's really very heart-wrenching.
I want to ask you quickly about the last question she was asked. The prosecutor saw fit to ask her, you didn't help clean up
Yeah.
this mess in any way. I thought that was an important question because there were some questions I saw online specifically where people were a bit suspicious of this witness. Now, I wasn't. I thought she was, fairly credible. But that was an important question, though, to get out of the way for this particular witness, don't you think?
I get it, why they asked it, and I think it's good to button that up because you could, foresee that a defense attack here potentially, or even just if she was, cleaning things up for Chandler, maybe that makes her credibility not as strong. And it was an important way to wrap things up. I think it was a little awkward. You could tell that. I thought she was just very credible. So I didn't suspect her to be part of it at all, but I get why they did it.